Hi there, this is Serena and welcome back to my YouTube channel, Rena Rocks. Today we are doing a DIY on how to paint a metal file cabinet or a metal shelf. I picked up this file cabinet from a office warehouse. It was really inexpensive, but as you see, it needs some work. It's got a few rust spots that need to be sanded, and just overall it's like a yucky color. I don't know if it's like a grayish tan, but either way I'm going to be spray painting it today, and this is going to be part 1 video. I'm going to spray paint this, and I have some file cabinets that I'm going to paint with a roller. So I'm going to get started. First things first, sand. So I'm going to sand it down. And actually, before I even sanded it down, I wiped it down with vinegar and water mixture. And then I'm coming back to sand. Trying to get all these spots. And as you see, I put a tarp down. That is just instrumental because this produces just a film and a dust over everything. So it's good to put something down. I have on gloves, I've got on a jacket, and I've got on glasses and a hat. And now to the inside. Now as you see, I sanded down the inside already. You can kind of see the scratch marks. And I'm going to take off this top here. I don't know if I'm going to keep it or not, but I'm just going to take it off and see what's underneath. And I've already taken 2 of the screws out, and I've got 1 or 2 left. And they weren't really hard. I'm just glad they weren't rusted in, or I didn't really have a problem getting them out. And it comes off. And the top is just metal. It has some kind of tacky kind of film on the top or something. So I'm going to make sure I sand that down as well. And there's the rust spot. So I'm going to give this a good sand. And I sped this up, but it didn't take long. That was done. And I'm just wiping it down with a towel just to get all that sandpaper grit off and get all the dust off. This is just a really inexpensive way if you don't want it to have a bookshelf or a file cabinet and you don't want to spend a lot of money. So I went back in with this, my vinegar spray and my microfiber towel, and I just want to make sure all that dust is gone. And I did that over the whole thing, even though I didn't show it. Now here comes the spray paint I'm going to use. It's paint and primer all in one. It was glossy white, and the instructions in the back were really easy to follow. Between a certain temperature, I don't know if you can see that or not. It said shake well, it's flammable. You shake for a minute when you hear the ball click. It's flammable, so be careful. 8 to 12 inches away when you spray, nice even coat. But first things first, take off the little red tab. Now I bought 2 cans of this. And I did not notice, but the second can already had the little tab gone, like somebody tried to spray it. But I still used it anyway because I didn't want to make another trip. But these weren't really expensive, maybe $5 or $6, I would say. So not too bad. I'm just kind of showing you what's involved. Temperature between, looks like about 50 and 80. And it was a nice day for it. The sun was shining. Now I'm going to try to, when I first started out, it wasn't really an even coat. I kind of had to get the hang of spraying it out. Distance also. It's good to have a tarp down because the wind was blowing. And that spray paint was, as you see, the mist, that spray paint was going everywhere. So, and I realized what I was doing is I was just spraying it back and forth. And I was just going too fast to cover it properly. So I learned as I went along, and I got a good first layer on. This is the first layer. And the shadows are not where I miss spots. It's because of the sun and we have trees behind our home. But you see kind of my sweeping pattern was a little too quick, but I kind of slowed it down and it became more even. And I'm going to show you in a second, I'm going to show you the results of taking your time. Look at that shine. Like I said, that's the reflection, the shadows from the trees. But look at the shine. It was like a white glossy. And that was because I put on 2 coats on the cabinet or the shelf. Now these, I only put on 1 coat because I was running out of the spray paint. And I knew when it was going to be in the shelf that books were going to be there or whatever. So you wouldn't even be able to tell that it didn't have 2 coats. And so, and that little spot, maybe I should have sanded it more because it would not take the spray paint. So I might have to put something over that, do something crafty to cover it, or just put that wood top back on, but I'm not sure about that wood top. And those were the drawers. As you see, nice shiny finish. You can see the reflection. Those are the drawers. And this is, like I said, this is part 1. I'm going to do a spray paint versus roller. Now here are the finish. This is the before shot. And this is the after. So in the second video, you're going to see where I paint the file cabinets. The before. See, and after. Look at the difference. Maybe it could have used a 3rd coat, but 2 coats was fine. And it could have been, you know, how I was sweeping at first. It might have lasted a little longer, but I'm pleased with how it turned out. I purchased, I think, this shelf, like I said, from a furniture warehouse. Really inexpensive. Love, love, love the way it turned out. I put it in my guest room. Thank you for joining me.